1. Introduction. My name is Mia. I am 26 years old. I live a quiet life in a small city. Every day I work at a travel agency. My job is to help people plan their trips. I book flights and hotels. I like helping others, but my days often feel the same. I sometimes feel lonely. I wish for something new to happen, something to change my quiet routine. One ordinary Tuesday, I was at the airport for work. I needed to check some flight times for a customer. The airport was busy, as always. Many people were going to different places, carrying their bags. I was walking near the departure gates when I saw him. He was a tall man, dressed nicely. He had a kind smile and looked very handsome. He walked towards me and stopped. He spoke to me. His voice was polite and friendly. He asked about my work at the travel agency. He seemed truly interested in what I did. I felt a little shy and my face became warm. It was not common for strangers to talk to me like this, especially such a charming man. I told him about my job, about helping people travel. He listened carefully. He told me his name was Richard. I thought his name sounded good. We talked for a few minutes in the busy airport. He asked me more questions about my day. I felt a new feeling inside me. It was a mix of being nervous and also excited. His eyes were kind, and his smile made me feel comfortable. After our short talk, Richard said goodbye. He needed to catch his flight. He gave me a small, polite nod and walked towards his gate. I watched him leave until I could not see him anymore. My heart was beating a little faster. This meeting was very short, but it felt important. It was not just an ordinary day. A handsome man had spoken to me, and he had seemed to like our conversation. My simple, sometimes lonely life had a moment of excitement. I wondered if I would ever see Richard again. The thought made me smile. I felt a small hope for something more than just simple, quiet days. 2. We meet again. Mia walked into the small coffee shop. It was near the airport, a place she often visited. She liked the smell of fresh coffee and the quiet sound of people talking. She found a small table by the window and ordered a warm tea. As she waited, her mind went back to the day before. She remembered the handsome man from the airport, Richard. His smile was kind and his eyes were friendly. Meeting him had been a surprise, a small, exciting change in her usual simple days. She wondered if she would ever see him again. Suddenly, a voice spoke her name. Mia, she looked up from her tea. It was Richard. He stood there holding a cup of coffee, a warm smile on his face. Mia felt a little nervous again, but also happy to see him. "Richard," she said, her voice a little soft. "Hello, what a surprise." He came to her table and sat down. "I did not think I would see you here again," he said, "but it is a very nice surprise." Mia smiled back. "Yes, it is nice for me too." He told her he was waiting for a friend before starting a long work trip. "I am leaving in a few days," he explained, "but I really wanted to talk to you again. I want to know more about you before I go." Mia felt a warm blush. No one had ever shown such direct interest in her before. They started to talk easily. Richard asked about her work at the travel agency. Mia told him about helping people plan their journeys. She also shared her own quiet dream of seeing the world, even though she lived a simple life. Richard listened carefully, his eyes focused on her. Then she asked him about his work. He said it involved much travel, visiting many different countries. He also shared his dreams of building something important, of making a real difference. His dreams were big, much bigger than hers. As they talked, time seemed to fly quickly. Mia felt a completely new feeling growing inside her. It was not just simple happiness. It was a deep, warm joy that spread through her chest. It felt like a new door was opening in her heart. She had never felt so connected to someone so quickly. Richard made her feel interesting and important. He made her feel like her own quiet dreams mattered. When he finally had to leave, Mia felt a small sadness. But mostly, her heart was full of a wonderful, new happiness. She watched him walk away. A small, hopeful smile stayed on her face. This second meeting felt like the start of something special. 3. A surprise goodbye. Mia received Richard's message. He invited her to the airport to see him off. Mia felt nervous but excited. She decided to go to see him once more before his trip. At the airport, it was busy. Mia looked for Richard. She saw him near the gates, looking handsome. When he saw her, he smiled. He walked to her. "Mia," he said warmly. "Richard," she replied. He hugged her for a moment. Mia felt warmth. Her heart beat fast. When he let go, he looked into her eyes. His eyes were serious but kind. "My plane is ready," Richard said. "I have to leave now." Mia nodded. A small sadness touched her. "But I want to ask you something," he continued. "When I come back, I want to see you again. Will you wait for me?" Mia was surprised. Wait for him? She did not know how long. This was a big request. They had only talked a few times. Her simple life was quiet. This felt like a big change. Fear came. Waiting could be hard. What if he did not come back? Her heart felt cold. It was a jump into the unknown. But then strong happiness came. Richard wanted her to wait. He cared about her. This made her heart feel warm. The happiness was bright. It pushed the fear away. She looked at his face. He waited for her answer. His eyes showed hope. Mia took a deep breath. "Yes," she said, her voice clear. "Yes, Richard, I will wait for you." A big smile came to Richard's face. "Thank you, Mia," he said. "It means a lot." He had to go then. He gave her one last warm smile, then he walked towards his gate. Mia watched him leave. She stood there, feeling the mixture of fear and happiness. For his secret life. Richard was gone now. Mia returned to her simple life, but it felt different. She thought about him often. One day, she was reading a newspaper. She saw a picture. It was Richard. Her heart beat fast. The article talked about a big company and an important person. The name was Richard. She read it again, slowly. It said he was a very well-known man. People knew his name everywhere. This news surprised her. Mia felt very confused. This was not the simple man she met at the airport and coffee shop. He never told her about his important job. He never said he was famous. She felt a strange mix of feelings. Was he honest with her? Could she truly trust him? She remembered his kind eyes and his gentle smile. She remembered their talks about dreams. It was hard to believe he could hide something so big. Later, she heard people talking in the city. They spoke about Richard. They said his name with respect. Mia listened carefully. She learned more about his work and his busy life. It was a life very far from her own quiet world. She felt a little scared by this new information. She did not know this version of Richard. The man she knew was warm and gentle. This new information made him seem very far away. Her mind was full of questions. Should she be angry? Should she try to forget him? But her heart felt differently. Her heart still thought of him all the time. It still wanted to believe in him. She tried to understand why he kept his life a secret from her. Maybe it was difficult for him to share such things. Perhaps he wanted a normal connection, not one based on his fame. Days turned into weeks. Mia continued her work at the travel agency. But now, every day felt a little empty. She looked at his picture in the newspaper sometimes, feeling a deep longing. She missed his voice and his presence very much. The secret made her unsure about their future, but it also made her miss him even more. Her feelings for him were growing stronger, even with this new confusion. She hoped he would come back soon and explain everything. She wanted to trust him, and her heart told her to wait patiently. 5 letters from far away. Richard started sending letters to Mia every week. Each envelope held a piece of his world. Mia waited for them with a new kind of excitement. When a letter arrived, she would find a quiet place to read it carefully, sometimes more than once. In these letters, Richard shared many things. He told her about the places he visited. He described tall buildings in busy cities and quiet beaches by the sea. He wrote about the different foods he tried and the interesting people he met. Mia, sitting in her small apartment, felt like she was traveling with him. His words painted pictures in her mind, showing her a world far bigger than she had ever known. He also wrote about his feelings. He said he thought about her often. He wrote that he missed their talks and the simple moments they shared. He spoke of his dreams for the future, hopes for new projects, and even small, personal wishes. Sometimes he asked about her day, about her work at the travel agency, and about her own thoughts. Mia felt special because he remembered her and cared about her life, even from so far away. Reading his letters made Mia feel closer to him. The distance between them seemed smaller with every word. She learned more about the kind man she had met at the airport. His honesty in the letters helped the confusion from before fade away. She started to understand him better. He was not just the important person people talked about. He was also a man with a warm heart and big dreams. Through Richard's words, Mia began to see a new side of life. Her own world, which had felt small and sometimes lonely, now felt connected to something much larger. She imagined possibilities she had never considered before. She started to think about what her life could be like, beyond her usual routine. This new perspective brought a gentle happiness to her days. Quietly, a new feeling began to grow in Mia's heart. It was a soft, warm feeling, like a small light that grew brighter with each letter. She realized it was love. She was falling in love with Richard, the man who sent her beautiful words from far away. This love made her feel strong and hopeful. She knew she would wait for him, looking forward to his next letter and the day he would return. 6. He comes back. Mia woke up, and the week felt long. She read Richard's letters, which brought her closer to him. Each one showed her a piece of his life far away. She often wondered when he would return. There was no exact date, only his promise. This made her wait with a quiet hope. That afternoon, Mia went to the airport for a work task. It was a normal trip to drop off some papers. As she walked through the busy hall, her eyes moved over many faces. Then, her heart gave a big jump. She saw him, Richard. He stood near the arrival gate looking around. He looked tired, but his smile was still bright. For a moment, Mia just stood, watching him. It felt like a dream. After many weeks of letters and waiting, he was there. Richard saw her. He quickly ran towards her. Mia felt a wave of warmth. When he reached her, he took her hands in his. His hands were warm and strong. "Mia," he said, his voice soft. "I couldn't stop thinking about you." Mia smiled. She could not find words. She just looked at him, feeling a big happiness. They stood there, holding hands. Then, Richard led her to a quiet coffee shop away from the crowd. They sat down and talked for hours. Richard told her more about his travels. He spoke about missing her. He said he thought of her every day in every new city. He told her how her letters made his long journey easier. Mia listened, her heart full. His letters meant to her. As they talked, Mia felt a change inside her. Her lonely days were slowly fading. It was like a bright light had come into her life. Before Richard, her life was simple and quiet. Now it felt full and bright. She looked at his kind eyes, his honest smile. She felt a deep connection, stronger than anything before. In that moment, as he spoke about his return and his hopes, Mia understood something clear. She loved him. It was not just a small fire anymore, but a warm, steady flame in her heart. She loved Richard, the man who brought joy into her simple world. She knew her life would never be the same. 7, a big decision. Richard looked at me. His eyes were warm and kind. He took my hands in his. "Mia," he said softly, "I want to ask you something important." My heart beat a little faster. I waited. "I want to travel the world," he continued. "I want to see many places, and I want you to come with me. I want us to stay together." This was a big moment. My life was very simple. I worked at the travel agency every day. I had my small apartment. My routine was comfortable, even if it was sometimes lonely. Now, Richard was asking me to leave all of it. He was asking me to travel the world. It was a wonderful idea, but it was also very scary. Could I really do it? Could I leave my home, my job, my whole life? The thought made me feel nervous. I had never traveled far from my city. The world felt like a very big place. What if I did not like it? What if I was not brave enough? What if I missed my simple life too much? I looked at Richard. He was waiting for my answer. His face showed no rush, only hope. I thought about all his letters. He told me about beautiful mountains and blue oceans. He told me about new cities and interesting people. He had shown me a different way to see life. He had helped me feel love. I remembered how lonely I felt before I met him. Now, with him, I felt a new kind of happiness. He was a good man. I saw honesty in his eyes. I saw that he truly cared for me. He was not just asking me to travel, he was asking me to share a future with him. The decision was hard. My mind was full of questions, but my heart felt sure. I trusted Richard. I trusted the love we had found. This was a chance to live a new life, a life full of adventure and shared moments. It was a chance to be truly happy, not just comfortable. I took a deep breath. A small smile came to my face. I looked into his kind eyes. "Yes," I said. My voice was soft, but it was clear. "Yes, Richard, I will come with you. I will travel the world with you." A big smile spread across Richard's face. He squeezed my hands gently. I felt a mix of fear and excitement, but the fear was smaller now. The excitement was growing. My simple life was about to change, and I felt ready for it. This was a new beginning. 8, our new life. We sat on the plane together. It was a big airplane, ready to fly very far away. Outside the window, the sky was turning orange and red. The sun was going down, painting beautiful colors across the clouds. This was not just a normal trip. This was the start of something completely new. This was our new life, Richard's and mine, beginning right now. I looked at Richard. He smiled at me, a warm and kind smile that made my heart feel happy. I felt my hand in his. His hand was strong and comforting, holding mine gently. I had never felt this happy before in my whole life. My heart felt light, like a small bird finally flying free in the big sky. All the lonely days I had known were now far behind me. They felt like old stories from a very different time, a time that was long gone. I remembered my old life clearly. It was simple and very quiet. Every day, I worked at the travel agency, helping people plan their trips. Then I went home to my small apartment. Sometimes I felt a deep sense of being alone. But now, everything was completely different. Richard was here, right beside me. We were together, starting this big adventure. This journey was just beginning for us. The plane started to move slowly at first. Then it went faster and faster down the runway. Soon, with a gentle push, we were up in the air, flying high above the ground. Below us, the city lights looked like tiny, bright jewels scattered on a dark blanket. I thought about all the amazing places we would soon see. Richard had told me about so many countries, about tall mountains and wide oceans and ancient cities. Now, I would see all of them with him by his side. I knew that life would not always be easy. There would surely be new challenges and perhaps some difficult moments. We would meet many new people and experience many different cultures. Maybe I would feel tired sometimes, or even a little confused by all the new things. But I was not afraid. Not anymore. With Richard sitting right beside me, holding my hand, I felt very strong. We would face everything together, hand in hand, just like he had promised me. He squeezed my hand gently, a small sign of his love. I looked at him again, and his eyes were full of hope and excitement for what was to come. My heart felt full too, not just with happiness, but also with a deep sense of peace. It was like my heart had been searching for a special place to rest, a place to truly belong. And now, at this very moment, it had found it. It was home with him wherever we went. This plane, this special last plane from my old life, was taking me to my true home. My home was not a building or a city. It was a feeling. It was being with Richard, sharing every single moment, every new experience, every joy and every challenge. I closed my eyes for just a second, wanting to feel this perfect moment completely. When I opened them, Richard was still smiling at me. Our adventure had truly begun. We were ready for it. We were ready for our new life together.